Hello and welcome to Guns and Gear. Now I thought I would put some guns on the table and kind of discuss what my favorite size firearm to carry for concealed carry. Okay, and that for me is the mid-size gun. Now I know that the lately manufacturers has trended towards smaller, lighter weight guns. Okay, but for me, I have a couple of the smaller, lightweight guns, and I like the guns. I think they're excellent firearms, but generally my day-to-day carry, I usually decide to carry a mid-size gun. Okay, some manufacturers would call this size compact. Whatever the case may be, whatever terminology you want to use, these are generally the size of guns that I end up carrying the most often. Now I know that in past videos I've said the gun that I've probably carried more than any other firearm has been some type of full-size 1911. Okay, all steel frame and slide, 5-inch barrel. You know, it feels good in the hand, and that's still true. You know, I still love a full-size government model 1911. I still carry a full-size government model 1911. But I have to admit that most of the time I end up with one of these smaller firearms. Now I say smaller, but not too small. And everybody has their own opinion, and everybody has their own likes and dislikes. So I'm just going to explain what I like. I like to get a full grip on a firearm. Okay, if I'm going to have to carry this firearm with the intention of maybe using this firearm for my defense, to save my life, to save the life of my family, I would like to get as much good grip on that gun and be able to get the full two-handed grip if possible and all these things. And so therefore that's impossible for me with a lot of the little bitty guns that are on the market today. And that is usually why I consider the larger guns, in this case these mid-size guns, and I've put some examples on the table and I'll go through them in just a minute. First, I do want to say that if you're going to carry a firearm, you got to get good instruction, right? You're going to have to build skill sets. It doesn't matter if you carry a big large gun or a itty-bitty gun. You need to have skill with it, because you see, I think that for carrying a firearm for your protection, I think that it gives you options that you would not otherwise have. Okay, and I think that it increases the survivability of your loved ones and yourself if you should ever be attacked by a committed attacker. Now a lot of people that like the lighter weight guns say, well, this is a gun I'll carry every day while your big gun sits in the gun safe. Well, okay, well that's an old cliche. It's decades old, and it's as true then as it is today. But the fact of the matter is I've made that decision to carry a firearm, and I do carry large firearms, and I carry them whenever possible. Okay, so your cliche don't quite fit me. Okay. And one thing that I'll say is I know that there are people out there that can shoot those little guns and shoot really well. But that's something that you're going to have to discover for yourself, is your own ability and your limitations. Now I know some people think that all they had to do is produce the firearm and all the bad guys go scurrying away. Well, that may happen. That has actually happened with me. But that's not what I plan to happen. That is not what I have built my skill set for. What I have built my skill set for is in case that deadly threat doesn't go running, scurrying away at the sight of a firearm. Okay? And if you're planning to just brandish a firearm and all your troubles go away, you might find yourself in a bit of a bind one day or one evening when you need to use that gun. Okay? So all these things are just part of what we all should strive, and that is to be competent, and that is to be prepared, and that is to provide safety for our families, right? So let's take a look at the guns that I've laid on the table here. Now this is 1911. This is a commander size gun, first one that I've had since the 90s. It has the Ed Brown cut on the frame. It's made of scandium. This is the Smith & Wesson E-Series 1911, and it's commander size, a true commander size length of slide and barrel, which is 4 1/4. Has lots of extras. It's just an excellent firearm. Next up is the Smith & Wesson M&P 45 Compact. This is really a soft shooting gun for a 45, and I really enjoy it. I've carried this gun quite a bit in the last couple of years. Here's a gun that some may think, well look, you said compact, you said mid-size, that's kind of small. Well, this is the Model 29. It's a 10 millimeter, okay, and because of its width and just overall size, it's very close to some of the sizes of these other guns, and so I included it because I do not consider the Model 29 as being much of a subcompact. Down below here we have a Sig Sauer. This is the Sig P229. Haven't really shot this gun very much in the last year or so, but because of a conversation I was having with Yankee Marshall, I dug it out and I figured I'd shoot it some. Now in the middle here I have some revolvers. Folks know that I'm a fan of a good revolver, and here's a good defensive revolver. This is the Model 65. It's a K-frame Smith & Wesson 357 Magnum, 6-shot, and has a 3-inch barrel. Not much not to like about that. And below it is a Model 66. Generally it has the same specs except for it has adjustable sights. And below that is another 66 with a 2.5-inch barrel. Okay. Now these guns are very prolific amongst a lot of people that carry firearms. This gun is a good medium-sized gun that a lot of people carry, and it's just an outstanding firearm. Now below that is another revolver. This is a Smith & Wesson. It's on an L frame. Okay, it's in 44 Special, and it has a night sight. This is part of their Night Guard series of handguns. It has a lightweight frame, and a 44 Special snub nose like this is an excellent little defensive gun, in my opinion. Now up here are my two favorite Glocks for concealed carry. I have a Glock 23 and a Glock 19, and I've put some of that skateboard tape on there. I actually bought some Talon grips to give them a try. I haven't really done that in years. I used to do that when I shot competitively, some of those action matches, because guns, your hands get sweaty in the heat, and during the summer and stuff, and it's hard to get a good hold on the gun. So I thought I would try some and see how they do. Below that is the H&K P30. It's in 40 Smith & Wesson. It is an outstanding firearm. If anyone ever gets a chance to shoot one, I suggest that you do that. And so is the Sig Sauer P229. And this is also in 40 Smith & Wesson, and also just an outstanding pistol. Alright, so these are generally the size guns, and these actually represent a good portion of the guns that I've carried in the recent years. Okay, so if you like the larger guns, then I say go for it. If you like smaller guns, I say whatever you like. I like the mid-size guns. All right, so thought I would share that, talk about guns for a little bit. Hope y'all guys are having a wonderful day. Thank you for watching my videos, and remember to shoot straight on the range and in life. Thanks.